Dead mistake. You're watching Rsptv.
Yeah, so how's tour so far?
1 second, sorry. Alright, okay, here we go.
How's tour so far?
It's been a lot of fun. Been warm, long johns, tight, good crotch, crotch and calf, CNC, you know?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. It's sold out tonight. What's the expectations for the show?
It's quite death.
Imminent death.
Yeah. Well, I hope the kids go crazy, man. Like it's going to be packed out, so it's a nice small venue. Yeah, death. I want to see some death.
Yeah.
Blood, guts, everything.
No, death was out there.
Oh, the death! They're playing for me. Yeah. Okay.
So it counts.
Yeah, and the band has interesting sound.
The lights are gone.
Yeah, the lights.
The show's off.
Yeah, the band has pretty interesting sounds. Sounds something like Mastodon. Is that an influence for them?
They are. I don't think many people necessarily get the Mastodon thing. Like, we're definitely big fans of them. There's like a whole ton of different bands that we really like. I don't think we necessarily sound like any specific one. Like Sean's vocals are very different to Mastodon's thing. He hasn't got the gut or the beard for either of, you know, the levels of Mastodon's manliness. But yeah, we do what we do.
But we do love Mastodon.
Yeah.
Was the sound for you obvious when the band started?
No, we can play instruments when the band started.
We were very young. We started the band as we started playing. So as we got older, we got better at our instruments. We started playing harder stuff, more complicated stuff. Yeah, no, we weren't. I don't think
it was never a plan.
Yeah, it was never a plan to be where we are now. It just kind of happens.
Yeah. And the first EP, Sections, how was the writing process for that since it was like the first thing you did?
Me and Joe lived together in university in a very heterosexual kind of way, and we wrote most of the songs were written during those 3 years of university. It was very kind of just like finding the sound of where we wanted to go and what we wanted to do, and I always had bigger feet than Joe. I wrote most of the songs. And yeah, that's where I think the sound kind of started.
Yeah, cool. 2 years after you released the EP, you played Sunny Spirit Festival, Metallica, bands like that. How was it to play?
It was awesome.
That was fun, yeah.
I think we felt very lucky to be given an opportunity like that, because even though it was early on in that festival's kind of life, it was still like a huge festival, playing in the history of Nebworth and all that kind of stuff. It was really awesome to do, and obviously the fact we got to see some of our favourite bands.
Yeah, we watched some really good bands.
Yeah.
Volta, Backstage, that was really good. Lopez.
Yeah. Gojira,
yeah.
So yeah, that was a really fun experience for us, and kind of kept the engines rolling, and us wanted to keep on going and to do stuff.
How did you get it?
It was the guy who books the bands for Sundersfield was a fan of the band. He asked us, so we said no. And
he asked us again.
And your most recent release, Mark of the Swords. How was it to record that compared to the earlier?
I think the main difference was that we wrote Mouth of Swords in a very, very short space of time. Like Ride the Ocean was written over like 2 or 3 years, and Mouth of Swords was written over 2 months pretty much. So that was kind of like the writing stylistically is all within a kind of similar frame of mind and similar kind of things that we were all listening to kind of create that thing, whereas Ride the Ocean is kind of like, you know, you listen to different things, you experience different things, and you'll kind of like compose music in a different way to cope with that. Whereas this is a lot more focused and has a much more concise kind of songwriting stuff.
We recorded Ride the Ocean in the same place for everything, drums, vocals, guitars. Whereas Mouth of Swords we did guitars and his, and then we did vocals in another studio and drums in another studio completely. So when we brought it all together. Yeah, like you said, it was all written quite fast.
And was it obvious to produce it yourselves again, or did you look for another?
We've all been really happy, like, he produces everything.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I think the thing is that like the idea is that to have someone who would do a job as carefully as I would for our own stuff, you'd have to spend a lot of money if we don't have. So, and then I think everyone has a certain amount of belief in what I do anyway. So it's kind of like.
it's real cheap. It's so cheap.
Yeah, no, but like
it's good having that amount of control as well. Like, so he's on top of everything. We can talk to him as well. It's not like this, big producer company like change everything, which we probably wouldn't do. It's terrible. You should have come to this.
And how much do you come for? How much do you write yourself for the other parts since you produce the material?
As in the like other instruments.
Yeah.
When I write a song, I generally have like a very solid idea of what all the other parts are doing, because sometimes the guitar part will be very simple, but I know that the drums or the bass or the vocal will be working around it. So the guitar part by itself or the bass part or whichever part might be very simple and kind of like boring in itself, but it serves a purpose within the composition of the song. So I always have a very strong idea of how I want things to go, and it's a case of kind of putting those together and working out what everyone feels comfortable with doing. But I'm involved in every part of the kind of songwriting process.
Do you have any plans on new material soon?
No, I'm very tired.
2 months.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that at the moment we're just enjoying playing new songs, so we want to tour as much as possible, and when it comes down to the time when we want to be releasing new music, I think we'll try and go into it in a similar kind of frame of mind of like, let's just go in and write something very quickly. Not rushed at all, but just focused on that kind of idea.
Well, now we know that he can do it in 2 months. We're hoping
1
next
week.
one will take about a week. So.
Yeah.
We'll leave it to the last minute.
We'll announce the album before we finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best album.
Do you have any big plans for this year?
We're doing obviously this European tour with Precious to Hero, and then we are playing a cruise, a cruise, which is from Miami to the Bahamas and back, which is going to be a lot of fun. And then we have some other plans we can't talk about just yet, but let's just say we're going to the moon
And back.
just to the moon.
Not back.
Yeah, that was everything put into it. That was everything put into it.
Awesome, cool.